The best thing I can say about The Fall Guy is that it is what it is.
It's what it is.
What it is.
It's what it is.
Profound, I know, but here we are.
In 3, 2, 1, action.
The movie stars Ken, Oppenheimer's wife, and Ted Lasso's boss. The movie is an adaptation of an 80s TV series also called The Fall Guy. Going into this movie, I was fully intending on leaving my brain at the door, which is something that I do most places I go. And after seeing the movie, I recommend that policy not be optional. The movie starts off with an interesting first scene. You know, it lays the groundwork for an intriguing enough story. And then the rest of the movie happens. And it never really does that thing to get the movie going. The engines are started. We're cleared for takeoff. Houston's good with it. I'm strapped in. Let's go. But then we just sort of, stay there. And I promise you, I did not go into this movie thinking, this might rival Inception in terms of the depth of its plot. I'm a little surprised the script didn't bring Daniel Day-Lewis out of retirement. None of those things were thought. Brain is still at the door. But I honestly don't think this movie takes itself seriously at all. At all. A tragic accident befalls Ryan Gosling's character in the first scene. Puts him on his backside, so to speak. His career becomes sidelined and he starts taking small potatoes jobs on the side, like a valet driver. But he does the rehab. He goes through the motions, he does the work. And he gets back into stuntman shape, but he's not fully ready to commit to Hollywood again because he feels a little embarrassed, a little dejected. Until one day he gets a call from the producer on Emily Blunt's new big film. And then Ryan Gosling's like, I would die for Emily. Gets on a plane, heads to set. Emily Blunt hasn't seen Ryan Gosling for over a year since his accident. So when she finds out that he's the new stunt guy, she's a little peeved. Because in the first scene, they had a brewing romance. They were going to get spicy margaritas. And then boom, tragedy strikes. He goes cold. 0 dark 30. She doesn't hear back from him for a year. So he's back on set, listening to Taylor Swift, getting all sad in his feelings. And he's like, hey, I'm sorry I didn't, contact you. And she's like, how dare you? Let's have a very public conversation about this. And that, my friends, is the making of the romance thread of the story. And Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt share fantastic chemistry on the screen, I will say. It was one of the highlights of the movie, and they are an easy couple to want to cheer for, laugh with, cry with, feel emotions with, you know what I'm saying. But I've had a crush on Emily Blunt since The Adjustment Bureau, so perhaps I'm a little biased. But in Ryan Gosling's pursuit of her, he gets wrapped up in a plot. You see, he gets a call from the big producer lady, aka Hannah Waddingham. She says the star of the movie, Aaron Taylor Johnson, whom Ryan Gosling is the stuntman for, he's missing. He's gone crazy. He drank the moonshine and got the dog pregnant. Hollywood things. And so as Ryan Gosling attempts to woo back Emily Blunt on the set of this movie, he's in hot pursuit of the movie's star. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is essentially the main plot points of the movie. Now, it doesn't sound too bad, does it? And it isn't that bad. It's just delivered to us in a way that's like, meh. First of all, I am positive that the bad guys in this movie are just stormtroopers out of uniform. They're not dangerous. You don't have to worry about their brain power. You don't have to worry about them shooting and hitting you, except for a phone in one scene. Those of you who've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Early in the movie, Ryan Gosling is involved in an action scene with another stunt double, and I was like, where did she come from? Who is she? Why is she in this man's apartment? We don't know. Is she gonna come back later? Is she important? Nope. Okay, but decent action, though. The action in this movie is probably by far the best thing about it. There is one particular scene where Ryan Gosling is at a club, and the action, it's not something I have seen before, and it's pretty darn cool. But that's what we've come to expect from David Leitch, the director. As a former stuntman himself, he's fantastic at what he does in terms of stunts. You can tell that a lot of hard work went into these stunts and into the choreography. And gosh darn it, I can appreciate that. The cast has really good chemistry. I think they make the movie a lot of fun. Ryan Gosling injects a certain energy into this movie and his character that probably only Ryan Gosling can do. And his chemistry with Emily Blunt, who is also fantastic in this movie, is really good. The beating heart of this movie. But I think this movie could have been 15, 20 minutes shorter, tighten some things up, raise the stakes in a few areas. Going in, I was fully expecting this to be sort of a callback to 80s, Schwarzenegger, Stallone action movies. And that's what it tried to do. I don't think it was trying to be any more than that. It even had the soundtrack, for Pete's sakes.
Shot to the heart, and you're too late, darling, you give love.
And there are entertaining moments in this movie, don't get me wrong, but it does not live up to the cheesy action flicks of the 1980s. But that's fine, you know? I could still enjoy this movie for what it was. It got me back into the movie theater. I haven't been to see a movie since Dune 2, actually in theaters, and I have been really excited to go for my first summer movie this year and wanted to kick it off with this one. And if you're not doing anything on a Friday, Saturday night, go see the movie. Get some drinks in you, preferably. But overall, don't throw anything at me. I give this movie a 5 out of 10. But you know what? I want to know what you thought of the movie. So leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Did it bring you back to the 80s? Did you feel the nostalgia? If so, good for you, gosh darn it. I hope you enjoyed it. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for me and my thoughts on this film, and I will see you in the next video.